internets. That was loud. Hold on. I can do this correctly. Don't look at me like that. Hello, internets. I'm HamsterBomb. You guys are joining me for an art stream. I haven't done this in forever. Haven't had time in forever. And today, the baby and wife are out at a party right now. Christmas party. And I was not up for it. Well, it's also with a bunch of people that they're fine, but bad vibes I get from people who still work at the company that I was fired from because of autism. Yeah. So anyway, I wasn't really into. I hate parties anyway, so I didn't want anything to do with it. Today, we're going to be doing some art. I actually have this one started. This is something a little bit different. I used to do, well, I did commissions and stuff, and the description still pastes the old commission thing if somebody would like to. I can definitely do that. It would help us out a lot. Today, though, I'm going to be doing something a little bit different. Instead of, like, comic work, which was another big thing that we did. In my sketchbooks, I have, like, art and stuff that I had for our comic we were working on. But I physically drew this out, which you now see on screen, took a picture of it with my phone, and boom, here we are. Obviously I couldn't stream that part of it, and I was trying to figure out like what I exactly wanted to do here. So, in the background we're going to be listening to some game music as I go through, you know, trying to digitize what I'm looking at here, what I made. And I'll get into exactly what it is in just a bit. Right now, we are listening to the soundtrack of A Ghost Trick, a really great game by the creator of Phoenix Wright. And I love Phoenix Wright, but Ghost Trick's better. So it's very, very good. And it just got remade lately. So do check that out. Do check that out. So it's been a very long time, so I'm hoping that this is going to come back to me naturally, as I have not used this tablet in like years, so hopefully it's gonna be all right. I'm on Elden Ring right now, researching a new build idea. Watching you power stance is making me want to sort of recreate my build in DS2. Yeah, it's a lot of fun in Elden Ring. It's super risky though, high risk. Instead of like my comfort zone in that is to sword and board, right? So what we're looking at here, a very, very generous fan by the name of Taylor. I'll just leave it at first names. She reached out to me in order to let me know that she's been a longtime fan, her and her brother, I think she said, and since Ocarina Hero days. And she works at a place called, I think it's just called Fiber Art, Once this is like done a little bit farther, I'll get like some information from her because I really want to like promote what she's doing. But she said she works at this place and wanted to let me make one of these just as complimentary. I was like, that's awesome. And what she makes are huge woven stitch artwork. You could think of it as a print that like runs through a big weaver mill machine that actually like recreates an image that you make in like actual woven art. So that sounded really awesome, and they're really big too. And it was funny that she reached out to me when she did, because I was like, you know, I was actually just looking into replacing this, which I just put back down in front of my green doors. I was thinking of replacing this thing with just something else that seemed a little bit more relevant. And getting the chance to actually, like, paint it and make it myself, I was like, that sounds so much fun. I'm gonna have to really think about that and take my time and make sure I make it really good. And also make sure that the color and layout and contrast and all that stuff is gonna translate well to being stitch fabric, right? So, I went a little bit overboard on the composition, but it's large. This is a very large thing. So, it's actually bigger than what is hanging up here right now. I didn't get a confirmation if if I can like put like those little metal hoops in them so I can like actually hang this. Right now I actually just have like some, I don't want to move my camera, but there's actual like just figurines up there, heavy stuff, not like video game stuff. And they're just weighing down this fleece blanket behind me. And I don't want my toddler to come in here and keep yanking on this thing and have heavy stuff come down crashing. So I wanted to switch it anyway. And this was a great opportunity to. So my thought was, I'm going to draw like a some sort of composition where there's like stage levels to it in arc tiers. So if I'm just gonna quick sketch on here anyway, this doesn't feel right. Hold on, didn't mean to do that. Cause like here. Okay, no, good. That's my full screen. I was worried since I have 2 monitors up. Sometimes if you haven't used a tablet in a long time, it resets all your settings and it does some really stupid things. And I was thinking like if I'd go all the way to the left, it would go to my other screen, but it's not doing that, luckily. So you can kind of see the gist of what I was doing here. Getting like villain arc, and then inside this, that was way off, protagonists, and then like a smaller one just to like get like that kind of symmetrical shape is what I was going for. You can even see some of my sketch lines in the background, like up here by where Rex is. Anyway, so I was like, okay, I want to try and like make a composition with like some of my favorite games, like all in one thing, and then even like try and get super specific in some cases where it's like very obviously only mine. You wouldn't even be able to really sell this thing to anybody. That's my thought. It's something that I will always be happy to have right behind me, and always be proud to showcase, and help buff their company for doing something so nice. So, is in the background we can see. Actually, I might even have to hide my camera just to show you briefly. He was under my head. It is Rathalos back there. I may change his composition. I'm not actually a big fan of the way that one ended up, but if you can see the big scuffy marks on here, my eraser was horrible that I was using. Terrible. That wasn't doing me any good. Like, it was just smearing and making a bigger mess than it was even worth. So over here we have Rathalos. I'm just going to keep moving around. You can see Metal Gear Rex pretty clearly right here. I'm thinking in the end these are all going to be silhouettes. So that's why I was going to stop it for a minute before I started drawing with black. I'm thinking like the figures in the foreground, maybe black with white highlights and like slight color. And then behind them, these are going to be like white silhouettes with black as like the shading and highlight on it. So that way like they kind of pop out from each other. But anyway, we have Ridley from Metroid right here. These two are Smo and Ornstein from Dark Souls. And then specifically Ganon from Link to the Past. So I was like trying to get like a good, like a villain's arc or like a huge iconic character from a specific game. So I was trying to get very specific Link to the Past Ganon here. Might even make the scepter a little fatter. I don't really like Ornstein's pose either. By the way, I'm probably going to change that too. I was thinking I'm going to do something with his spear so it's pointing out, so it's symmetrical with Rex's ray gun. That'll be something I'll have to do later. And then, of course, that's just the villain one. From here, you probably could barely see him. See that little guy right there? I hit a Shuckle in here, and I'm going to put like little tiny sparkles next to him, so I managed to get a Shuckle in this. Right there, no one else is going to buy this thing. There's a Shuckle in it. Captain Olimar is right here, and he is I think I drew a blue here, a yellow, and a red. We're probably not going to get color in there. It's just going to be their shape, so it's more like, you know, there's like a little bit of a gill on the front of the blue. I might do those little lines with like whites, like I said. This is Jack Frost right here from Shin Megami Tensei / Persona. It was the best I could get to like try and fit them in there because I really love that series. It's one of my favorite RPGs, but like trying to identify just one, it's a bit tough to do that. I really should be zooming in for you. Actually, if I hold, what were the buttons here? Zoom in, zoom out, release, and space. Okay, so let me try and get used to that. I haven't used my tablet in a long time. So yeah, here's a better look at Captain Olimar. I am going to be pretty close when we start drawing in here. What I'm going to do is probably sketch them out just like the silhouette, and then put the sketch back on top, and then try to draw the details just with like, as if it was hit with a highlight or something like that. And then when I'm done, I might start putting like overlay colors on it. I want to do some splatter effects too, especially up in the edges and around, to like unify them as one thing, but that's a later effect. I have to make the characters first. So that's probably all we're going to be doing today. This is specifically Mario on Yoshi from Super Mario World. I love that game so much. It was really important to me when I was young. And you know what? Yoshi's Island and Super Mario World at a time, I would have told you those are my two favorite games and I couldn't decide between them. And then, not to get too ahead of ourselves, but right next to Ganon, that is specifically the Link to the Past link. I try to get his little anatomy in there. But let's keep going where we were left to righting. Solid Snake standing in front of Metal Gear Rex, trying to make sure they're kind of close to each other. But as you can tell here, Rathalos has nothing to do with these guys over here. Though it made sense to me to put Shuckle next to him, because that's like specifically like my channel stuff that I did. The rest of it's like, I just really love these. Like, you haven't even seen me play... Actually, no, you saw me play Shin Megami Tensei 5, so that's technically one of them. You have not seen me play a Pikmin game. I'm hoping to play one soon on here. Though I have beaten all of them, I would play them again. Tasty, says Gojira fan. Thank you. I hope... Some of these I'm not very proud of. Like this right here, clearly I was erasing a bit too much, and my eraser was horrible, so I was waiting till I came in here to try and fix it. These two characters are both representing the Xeno series. This is Fei Fong Long. I don't even see what I was doing anymore with this. It looks pretty bad. And this is supposed to be Shulk. So it's kind of like the beginning and the modern together. Also, they're kind of both in the front. I wanted them to go together next to each other so that, like, the only symmetrical character down the center, as you can see here, obviously, is Samus, standing in front of Ridley. Under Ornstein and Smo, obviously, I have a Dark Souls character, so I just kind of drew, like, a generic knight. I didn't even, like, look up anything for this. I just kind of went... I was making these up, to be completely honest. I wasn't even really researching too much. That's why they're so loose. This little guy right here is actually supposed to be Geralt of Rivia. Hopefully it's clear. I was thinking, like, I'm going to put, like, a couple swords on his back. It might be easier to do when I actually start inking him. And then down here, to hopefully make it a little more clear, I had, like, a Leshen skull just sitting on the ground. And yes, down here in the corner, I do have the knight, that little guy right there. He's running in. I didn't think he was going to fit it. To be honest, I was going to put Shell from Portal in here. And I was, like, just cutting for space, and I needed a small character. Shell got cut in favor of the knight. Managed to get him in here. Near enough towards the Zelda and Dark Souls, so a fitting area for him. Also, Geralt makes sense over here as well. And then we have this lovely little trifecta of the tiny characters that absolutely nobody else has played in this entire freaking world other than me, it seems. That is the Prince of Sable in his frog and snake forms. From The Frog for Whom the Bell Tolls. So, as you can see, some of the characters I didn't finish the drawing because they were meant to, like, bleed into each other. So I'm hoping when I do these, they're going to... I'll get, like, those I had images of these, but I don't know where they are. I'll have to get it later and, like, get a bunch of splatters that I made in the past. Like, I got, like, some huge pieces of paper, splashed some ink all over them, and, like, photographed them as best I could, and tried to get, like, actual organic splatters instead of the crap that you could just download online. Which I might end up doing some crap that you download online, who knows. So I'm gonna try, I guess, in starting with Samus here. This is about as close as it's gonna let me get. I don't know how large this is. So for example, if I'm, I didn't even go off of an actual image here, so I'm probably gonna look at Super Metroid as a reference image, which I should probably pull up over there, to be completely honest, but I guess instead I'm gonna check on my phone. Why am I doing this? I've got these images for Super Metroid Experience. Sorry, I dropped that kind of quickly. Also, I'm going to be switching out music whenever we finish listening to anything on here. Probably should start with an easier one like the night to warm up before I do a big one like this, though. Maybe I should go that direction. Videos, keep my photos. There we go. In fact, I can even keep something on screen. Yep, there it goes. It's even popping up on this monitor right now. It's not exactly what I wanted. So, now that I'm actually looking at it, see, like, the bottom of that gun, I was just making this up. Now I can see it's a completely different shape. Trying to get that elbow. It's a silhouette, so it's not going to have to be that detailed. I'm going to keep this off screen a little bit so it's not blocking everything. Also, it's not going to work if I try to draw at the same time when we do this. So, let's see what we can do. What kind of damage am I going to do when I do this? I think that's still the correct arch we want for this. By the way, I got a document showing the particular resolutions that I need. Where's the undo button on this thing? This one. All right. I'm gonna try and get like a near perfect sphere, but that's almost impossible. But yeah, the resolution is correct, I believe. So I would fill this in. When I'm finished with all the silhouettes, I'm probably going to put the sketch layer on top and then put it on like glow or something so that I can actually see. From here, you probably wouldn't see much more other than that, actually. It does go really far down before it starts to cave back out again. It's just the shape of the suit. See if I can make that symmetrical. And then really just fill it in. I'm trying to make the silhouettes first. Once I got that shape, we can start working farther. There's a couple spikes on the shoulder pads, too. Okay. There. They aren't quite that severe, but as long as you can actually see them. Like, I could make them sharper. I don't know, maybe. I have to, like, make the brush a little bit tighter to do that. Yeah, that would also kind of turn that direction. Same for this up here. Alright, let's go bigger again. Ghost Trick is a good game, man. Oh, Eraser. I had some way to do this. You gotta, like, flip the whole thing over, I think, right? Yeah, there we go. Yeah, that's a little bit easier, actually, to try and get that reverse curvature. Cool. I should go a little bigger. I don't know if any of you have actually played Ghost Trick. Highly recommend it. Her head would actually be more like here, but for the sake of the composition, I think I'm gonna raise it. Well, no, I don't know. That actually would be about where it should be. Yeah, about hereabouts. Like I said, I'm gonna spend more time in the rest of it later. Like getting the details ironed out. Just trying to get as close to it as I can. It's okay. As long as it's still symmetrical. That's really all we're hoping for right now. Yeah, I had to screw that up a little bit in order to fix it. It looked slightly off. So, for example, like, I'll probably continue some lines with white to try and illustrate the rest of this. This is a lot easier to go faster. Hopefully the music is at an okay level. Those are not at the same height, but honestly, they probably wouldn't be, but for the sake of symmetry, they should be. I might want to move this. See how that shoulder pad's actually a lot higher than this one. Like, do you even see that? If I, like... Yeah, kind of, but it's not a big deal. I mean, being slightly off kilter anyway. Yeah, not too close. I told my students, as soon as you actually see the grid of the pixels, zoom out. You're too close. That gives you a good perspective of how close you are. Like, you're working in details already. Don't go nuts. The arms on the Super Metroid outfit are actually pretty bulky. So I'm gonna try and like do that half of them here, and then probably like might even go bigger. Okay, yeah, like that. This is the epilogue of the game, by the way, of Ghost Trick. Eh? Okay, let's sharpen that side. Okay, I haven't done this in a long time. It is nice just drawing something. Ah, screw that up. Though you really wouldn't see these. It's just for the sake of, you know, the composition and the fact that I'm making them as silhouettes. You should see them. Let's sharpen this one up a little bit, so I give it a little bit more gas to, yeah, sharpen like that. Alright, cool. Yeah. Except these are both a little... Yes, like, there we go. Alright. Looks good. There is a huge one, like, on the outer arm, like here. This thing's giant. Yeah, okay. That looks more accurate to what I'm looking at here. Alright. The elbow's actually kind of weird. I just kind of, like, made up stuff, as I said before, but... I'm gonna say, like, this is that inner part. You gotta exaggerate some stuff, too, when you're working small. These are gonna be pretty tiny. And then it starts wide again. Alright, it's about the shape I'm looking at here on my screen. Alright. Hopefully it still looks okay. And then we got like a extra bump in the back of that elbow. Oh my god. I don't know why it's reminded me of it. But in Discord, I just uploaded some pictures of some games I recently beat. I'm gonna upload another picture. And I should put in like no context. Alright, now I'll write something. By the way, in SMT 2. Yeah, so you go. I was playing some Shin Megami Tensei 2 the other night. I think just last night. Anyway, enjoy a lovely image from Shin Megami Tensei 2. We were talking before about, like, irreverent and offensive YouTube ads. Just look at Shin Megami Tensei 2. Just, like, being normal. Let me see. Yeah, that's about where that part comes in. I'm just hoping I have enough part of, like, room in the arm to reach all the way out there. This should probably be a little thicker here. Yeah, that looks a little bit better. That was a little too skinny. And then, I'm gonna assume, like, that's about all I can get with the hand. So the rest of it would just be holding the rest of the gun arm. YouTube says it's got an ad coming. Nothing I can do about that. Brace for impact, world. I don't even know if I should keep talking when that happens. Like, am I all alone in the world? Oh, there it goes. What are you trying to say? Well, ain't normal, cause... What? I can't read that. Stupid, emoji thing, man. I can't ever read any of the comments. So the gun arm, the elbow should actually be up here. I don't know why I drew it as long as I did, but let's kind of like copy what I did on the other side here. So far, so good. That should be a little higher, though. You trying to say we ain't normal because we don't play SMT? Yeah, I'm saying you're not normal. I was not a normal person before, and I'm not... Oh, it was just Wii, that was it? Oh, looks like Ghost Trick ended. Time for me to find some more musics for us. Let's see here. What else do I have in here? Got, what's this? Luigi's Mansion Dark Moon. It's everything that I had for my videos. Ooh, I love this game. Yeah, we're listening to this. Yeah. I think I gotta turn it up. Alright. I gotta turn it up because, like, certain systems are really loud, some are really quiet. Alright, I do have ducking and it's working, so that's good. This is, from, Mario Kart Super Circuit. I love this game. It's a good childhood game for me. Okay, let's see here. So, the elbow on this side is just as prominent as the other. But it, like, goes quicker into the actual gun cannon itself, which I'm going to start right here. Alright, let's try to get that shape going, because this is clearly way off from the sketch. I'm just kind of like eyeballing this. But since it's a silhouette, you can fit way more error into it, and like no one's really gonna see it. At least that's what I've noticed from my experience. All right, there we go. I might like round that out a little more. It's supposed to be a rounder effect thing. Okay, and then there's like a square part up here, and it runs up a little farther, like almost halfway. Am I the only one here who's played Mario Kart Super Circuit? The other Mario Karts get way too much attention, and like nobody talks about this one. This was actually the first one I owned, now that I think about it. Maybe that's why I'm the only one who remembers playing this one. It's got great music, though. It's good stuff. This is really large, actually. I want to be a little more accurate with the racer. This track hits hard. I've seen Super Circuit, but I've never heard that track. It's good. It's good. Like, it's still good, too. Like, it really plays like Mario Kart 64, but on the Game Boy Advance. It's amazing how good it plays. That arm, now that I'm looking at the actual arm and not the gun cannon, it's way too skinny. Both of them, actually. Just too skinny. There we go. I'm just gonna try and like trace the same thing to get the same shape out of it. That's better. So, for the actual cannon, I wanted to, get this effect going, because it is a little bit longer than that. Okay. Just like that. Nah, I don't like that. Does this part of the... Yeah, it kind of does. I was like looking at this, like, does this actually like curve in? It's supposed to. Just very slightly to get the shape in. It's also kind of misleading sometimes when you play, like, do too much drawing with a sketch on, and you won't see, like, what you actually made. Yeah, like, now that I look at it, I don't like that arch, and I want to fix this. It doesn't look great. Bum, ba-dum, bum, bum. What the? Oh, whoops, see? Now, I just drew on the sketch layer. Get off of that. Draw on this one. Ugh. You can make so many mistakes quickly. It's just very, very slightly edge that out. Okay. I might even, like, puff these up, make them even sharper. Just exaggerate stuff. It's my drawing anyway. Who cares? Rouge-Wall! Welcome to the stream. I am drawing, a really huge illustration that will eventually be my new backdrop, by the way. Long story short of what I said at the top of this. A part of the plan here, too, was to have, like, a little bit of, like, smoke in the silhouette to come out. I'll work with that shape. I like that. So we're making, like, long story short, a bunch of silhouettes of video game characters that I really love. And it's going to end up as my backdrop. And we're listening to Mario Kart Super Circuit. And from what I remember, they said, like, stuff needs to be at least 2 pixels wide in order to show up. They, as in Taylor from Fiber Art. I will add a little bit more flair into that later. Doesn't quite look right. Like, it needs, like, a little something else here. Maybe? Better? Okay, it's better. You're judging me! If you've become Samus, which you kind of have. You know, I am still working on, the Super Metroid experience right now in Chapter 5. And, in Chapter 5, oh boy, howdy, is that a doozy of a chapter. Ooh, how am I gonna... This is actually a little bit bigger, it should come down. Though, I had that shape right to make the, I just drew the hips too small. So there's a small connecting area. But anyway, the next one is the entirety of the wrecked ship. And, that is such a cool segment of the game. And I am, like, getting way into the lore, too. Like, how cool it is there. And what it all means. Alright, so this is a weird-shaped leg. This is Bowser's castle, by the way. That doesn't quite look right, but that's like what the shape is. But let me try and exaggerate a little bit more. But anyway, Zach right now is actually, well, since he's waiting for another surgery with his leg, he is, at the moment... Oh, and there's like these huge pieces here. I'm going to continue the leg because we don't know how far down you're going to see this. He's working on his own video game experience series, and if he's able to finish it, we will be able to see them on the channel. And he's mentioned, like, implied which game he's going to do. And since you're hanging out here already, I will let you know. You can keep a lookout, or at least get ready for a Castlevania Symphony of the Night experience. Yeah, that sounds good. Currently conceptualizing a Godzilla conspiracy wall. Okay. This is a weird shape to leg. Is that what I said? I am still operating on very little sleep. Hey Alex, I'm actually looking to get a drawing tablet. Any recommendations? So, I don't know what the market's like anymore. Hopefully the anatomy's still right there. Yeah, it's pretty darn close. I would still say that, I always called it Wacom, but apparently it's Wacom. Laugh. That's your point to laugh. Apparently it's called Wacom. I'm not joking. But, they make the best stuff. Woo! That's too close. This is like Cheese Run or something like that. It's a crazy stage. I'm gonna try and like sculpt the bumpies. So there's like a few notches in this. It'll be way more clear when we go back through with the other lines, but good enough. Wacom. It's W-A-C-O-M. Just pronounce it like Wacom, or like say it like Wacom, but the company says Wacom. I don't know where they're from. Got me wanting to make an experience type of thing with games I've played. I just not know where to start. There's a lot of untapped potential out there. The next two I am deciding between doing after Super Metroid. It's a toss-up between, well, the two that I want to do more. Either Dark Souls 1 or Metal Gear Solid 1. And I'm not exactly sure which. Actually, like, a little bit higher up. Alright. I'm not gonna lazy my way out and just, like, copy and mirror that, am I? Because that's the exact same shape. I'm gonna do it. Yeah, I'm gonna do it. Oh, come on now. Yeah. Alright, so. Alright, copy, paste. Control T. Wow. Shift to get the shape right. That's about right. And then we just put it where we want it, and then we draw from there. Saving time! Actually, yeah, let's change the angle very slightly. Where are we actually gonna want this? Nobody's gonna fault you for taking shortcuts. Do what you can. Now that doesn't quite look right here. There we go. Smooth it out. I don't think I need to do the feet. Like, by the time we get down there, it's gonna likely fade into nothing. If I have to do it, I'll go back and do it later. Alright, so there's one character in there. That works out. Okay, cool. I'm thinking the villains in the background are all gonna be on, like, their own layer and be, like, colored white. Let's merge those two, so it's just one layer. Ow. I got the pad you used, the pen on the tablet with the PC, didn't really like it. Oh, yeah, so is it like one of those, like, laptop screens where you, like, draw on the actual monitor? I never liked that, personally. Though I know that's what everybody does now. Not everybody, but I don't know, once you get used to it, the way that I'm doing it, what the heck is this? Gross thing was on my tablet. I don't know. It sits in the back room for the longest time. Weird stuff's gonna show up on it. I'm gonna... See, I don't know about Snake's pose exactly, but I'm gonna do the Dark Souls guy, I think. Yeah, let's do that. Also, these guys down here might end up getting bigger, so that's probably why we might not see Samus's foot. I'm also thinking it's probably for the best to keep these on different layers. So let's name them and move on to another layer. Because that way, if I end up wanting to move say the Dark Souls guy around, make him bigger, scoot him around, whatever, I can do that easily and it won't be a problem. Like, do this stuff early. I've already been taking pointers from your reviews in games, and I'm analyzing stuff way more carefully than I have before. I am having a positive impact on people in the world. This stupid song. This is always in my head. I'm not kidding. Like, I'm like washing dishes. I don't know why. And it's kind of like a redo of the Choco Mountain theme. But, for Frap Snowland, I think. No, that's in 64. It's something Snowland. Let me see the name of the... No, it's just called Snowland. Okay, that's clear. Alright, let me, see here. Do I have an internet tab? No, and it's just the YouTube chats. That's not a safe thing to pull up. I'm gonna look for a good image of, Oh, did you get a chance to look in Discord? Look in Discord, see the picture I just posted of, SMT. Dark Souls. I wonder what, like, armor I'm going for. Like, I don't even know what to Google. I guess, like, the main cover art What is he wearing in the cover art? You know, like this cover art. I don't know what that guy's wearing. The sword looks completely different, though. Well, not too different, but at least it's something I can work from. Yes, I don't know what he's wearing. Yeah, I have no idea what that is. Looks completely different than the remastered cover art. Yeah. This is a tough one. I'm not sure exactly what to make him wear. And I have to, like, know in advance, because I'm going to draw on it later. Oh god, it's Gandalf? Oh. I'm not talking about the dude. That's Mito. He's always been in this series. That character is as old as I am. Probably older, actually. He might have been in the Mega 10 games on the Famicom first. But Shin Megami Tensei 1 came out in 1992. As did I, which is where that's coming from. Looking at images online, trying to get like a good shot of like what armor to do. Though, I mean, this main one that they have here, like, it silhouettes nicely, so I could go with that, but like, he's got two weapons. And I was going for like a shield and sword and shield kind of thing. I'm just gonna type in armor. See what happens after that. Dark Souls armor. I was thinking the Elite Knight armor, because it's just like a good generic knight-looking thing. No, if you're looking at that SMT picture, just to help you out, look in the background at the pillars. The first game, those were still there, but they weren't nearly as prominent. Erect, you may say. Now I have piqued your interest, lathered your lips, gotten you ready for the quad dick monument in the background of the Jackio Manor. Enjoy. Alright, I'm just going to look at this Elite Knight armor and kind of go from there. It's not the best to gauge from. This is like all I have to look at here. It's not really helpful. So we're just going to zoom in and go for it. Come on now. Alright, let's do this. Nice. Yeah. My smut games. That's where it's at. Gotta get the smut. I was thinking this is gonna be a Grass Crest shield, and I think it might be a little too big. I'm not positive, based on the size of the shield to the character, so I might try to shrink it a little bit. Well, that was awful. It's okay, I can work with that. Yeah, like generally get in the shape, and then just erase over here. Though it should, I think this is what Grass Crest, or really any of the Crest shields are. Though, if it's mine, I can make a Grass Crest. And if I'm actually gonna make, like, absolutely any weapon that I want him to wear, it'd probably be a Black Knight sword. So I should look up the Black Knight sword. And I choose that one because I have the fondest of memories with that sword. I've kind of told stories about how that came to be. Let's sharpen this, like give it a little extra ink and then just like There we go. That's nice. Clean. That's what we're going for. Now I can't unsee it. Oh, it's meant to be seen, I think. They did that on purpose. I thought I had to preface that before I posted it in a Discord, because I'm like, the mods are gonna get after me. And they're like, you just posted a bunch of penises. Owner of the Discord server. If you want to see a Super Famicom dick pic, there you go. Man, the music in this game is so good. What? I should check what this is. What the heck? Parents out at dinner, and they... Once my mom realized that she could, like, send a text to a group and reply all and stuff, oh my god, she's that person. Just send stuff to, like, everybody. Alright, so Elite Knight armor set has like a bigger crest on the right shield, or the right shoulder, so I'm probably not going to see that. Bad hamster. Bad me? I took a picture of what is that game rated, actually? What are the Shin Megami Tensei Famicom games? Oh, well, there's Super Nintendo. That's like right on the cusp of when we were getting ratings. I don't think we got ratings then. Yeah, I think they can kind of get away with whatever they wanted back then. So your arm would actually go here, so this looks close to where this should be. That would be a little bit thicker there. And then, trying to get this shoulder quite right. The real problem is, like, there's a huge crest, like, up here is where it should be in space, but, like, his head's gonna be in the way and you're not gonna see it, so whatever. Gonna ink that in. Real shame about the point on the headpiece, but you will see it later. I'm gonna go in with the details and do like whites. We didn't give you consent. In Dark Souls 1, you either have the Grass Crest Shield, the Black Knight Shield if you're lucky, or Havel's Shield. Havel's Shield if you're a tank. Alright, let's try and get that general shape in, and then I'm gonna say... There's like a couple things that like stick out here. It's a very detailed armor set, so I'm just trying to get as close as I can. Okay. Yeah, it's... fine. Alright. It's so hard to actually see any of this, too. I'm trying to look like on my phone at the same time I'm drawing here. Boom. Also made another character in Elden Ring Pure Strength build I appropriately named Krung. Krung? Oh, dear. Oh, there's actually, like, this fabric over this side of the shoulder, so I could probably get away with, like, a light cape effect. Yeah. Okay, cool. He's kind of, like, ducking his head down, leaning forward, so... It is so dark in this image, I can't see crap. I'm gonna have to just make some of this up. I was giving him, like, a bit of, like, armor in the chest piece here, but, like, I cannot see. So... I think I'm going to be making more of it up than I had wished I was going to, but here we go. I wonder if you would see a bit of the hand here, or if I should draw a bit of the hand. You really shouldn't. His hand would be like here. Alright, that answers that question. God, this picture is so dark. It is jet black where I'm looking here. Like, I can't see a thing, as if it helps me turning it around. I'm gonna try to power stance 2 big weapons with this. Yeah. I'm tempting you, huh? It's fun. It is actually really fun. Also, it's kind of like a sissy safe thing to do because anything that dies in one hit to being hit with both of them at once, you can like one-shot kill and like stealth, like as you see me with the halberds just jumping and chopping. Oh, thank you, Rujual. Here's an early Christmas present. I'm sorry, I don't know how to donate from Patreon. Don't hurt me. It's PayPal is usually what I tell people. Actually, I don't even know if that's down in the comments. I copied a very old stream to redo for this last second because I had some extra time today because Kim and the baby were going out to a Christmas party. Ooh, I could actually buy Christmas presents. Like, okay, so obviously for Clover, we're getting her some gifts, but like Kim and I haven't been able to afford getting each other gifts since like the last time was when I did a stream, a fundraiser for it, so I could buy Kim one gift because we didn't have the money. We still don't, so that's a real bummer. I did it before in Dark Souls 2. It's very fun. I never did it in Dark Souls 2. It was a cool thing they added in the game because I think they added that in that game because in Dark Souls 1 your left hand, like, has to be a shield, I think. And then your right hand has to be a weapon. Or, like, you can choose, like, a staff or something. But I don't think you could put 2 swords in your hands to do that in Dark Souls 1. It's a really cool aspect of the game, though. Yes, thank you. I need to find something that I can... right now, I'm just, like, super still devastated about... Oh, you know, gosh, I didn't even tell you about this, Crystal. I was talking about it in the Elden Ring stream, but long story short, Clover was so excited to go to the you might have heard of it if you in Ohio. I don't know if you ever went down to the Cincinnati Zoo, especially in the winter. They have what they call the Festival of Lights. Just Google it, you'll see it. And it's a big event. It was introduced into. I thought so. Okay. Yeah, it's a big event, and Clover is all in on the lights. She is so excited, and she was like telling us all about it, like begging to watch videos about it, like through the weeks, and we were ready to go. We finally were able to take her last night, and the passes that we had, okay, they were given to us as a gift last Christmas, okay, by my parents, and they were even registered as a gift on the pass itself, and it doesn't tell me an expiration date, but it's 1 calendar year. But as a gift, she was told it's 1 calendar year since the first time that the person actually starts using the gift. Obviously, that's when they would use it, right? It's a gift. For some reason, and we were given it on, well, we didn't see them until like the 28th or something last year, so it was already after Christmas. It was the 16th when we went, and they were not letting us in. Long story short, that's what happened. But this poor girl was so excited for this. She's looking at all the lights right past this gate, and this person will not let us in, and I have to turn her around in her stroller, and she's pointing and crying, and she does not understand that, like, why did we wait in line for an hour to get into this place? We had to park blocks away and get in here, and they turned us away because they didn't like our pass. Oh my god. I was super frustrated, but I just couldn't get over how horrible I felt for her. Like, oh, that poor girl. And it would cost us like $50 for us to like pay our way in, even though we had passes. And the line to get tickets was like another hour, and then we'd have to get in the other line that we already waited to get inside again. And it closes at like 10, you know, and so like, I was like, you add those up, we would walk in there at like 9:50. Poor girl. Poor girl. Anyway, this is more Super Mario, or Mario Kart Super Circuit. What a good game. What a game. One of my all-time favorites. Now, I wonder if this is my favorite Mario Kart. Gotta have dinner, beer, Bic. Favorite Mario Kart? It might be a toss-up between this and Double Dash. Double Dash is, like, unmatched. Like, I really like that the newer ones, you can have more strategy and stuff that they added to them, but it's like, it's just not the same. Not even close. Posted on Discord of my new character. I'll have to take a look later. I have, like, let me count. Well, obviously you see this one monitor, but on my other monitor, no kidding, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then there's something hidden underneath. 6. Oh, that's Discord, I see it. 6 tabs of, like, different windows I'm trying to see all at once, and my phone. I am Future Man, looking at screens all day. You know, I think I am gonna, like, put this in here. Because it should be. Yeah. You probably would see that. Yeah, you really should see that, where that is. Alright. Yeah, that would actually be the angle, too. Cool. Good move, me. Not having anybody actually pose for my work I'm doing. There's a lot of, like, belts and stuff on this one, so I'm gonna try and make sure I show where the belts need to go. There's also, like, a dagger. I'm gonna try and get the handle right. Ah! It's a little too thin. Alright, good enough. And then, like a crossbow or something attached to it. I have no idea what I'm even looking at there, but let's try and get this other arm going. Alright, the rest of this actually looks pretty straightforward. It's just like, what comes out of here? Just a regular gloved arm. Nothing says 21st century than being surrounded by screens. Absolutely surrounded. Smothered with screens. I would not have it any other way. I'm going to put the glove a little higher up, actually. The glove is very... Oh, that was the end of Super Mario Kart. No, Super Circuit. That was just... Actually, now that I think of how weird that is, Mario Kart Super Circuit, Super Mario Kart. Right? Metroid 2. You want to listen to some Game Boy? I like Metroid a lot. Ooh, Pikmin. Yeah, we're gonna start by Aina Uta. Yeah, do it. It's really weird is all it is. I love Pikmin. Nintendo's lesser known franchises tend to be their best. Or like the ones that people don't really give that much attention to. They're so good. There's like another bump here, but it doesn't matter because this is gonna be underneath Samus. Trying to spacebar real quick. So that's what I was saying, like we don't have to actually finish all the characters. Because I feel like we're not actually gonna see that much. Ooh, should the leg go here or should it actually go out? Because if it goes out, it can extend to Link better. I feel like the end of the the knee would actually be here anyway, so let's put the knee here. My sketch, that's my foot. It's going this way, so I'm gonna move it. What's like a good safe stance for this guy to take? Probably the foot would be like back here. Let's just try making the foot now, and I'll connect it later. Yeah, kind of like that. It's a little big. There we go. Ish. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. It's hard to do with one finger now that I'm holding my phone the entire time. I'm gonna make, let's see. There's also some stuff that, like, hangs on the, actual, like, I don't know if you'd see it. You really wouldn't see that. I don't think you'd see that. This extra stuff he has, like, wrapped around himself, but I don't think you would see it. Oh, this is actually a Smash Brothers rendition of the same song. That was weird. I wonder if it would look okay if I just, like, nah. I'm not giving him nipples. I was going for, like, extra stuff wrapped around the suit. I'm gonna try and get a Black Knight sword. Make sure I got the sword correct. In silhouette. Because, oh my gosh, people actually make these? Oh, that's an Artorias sword. Wow, people are actually making, like, real Dark Souls weapons. Alright, good thing I looked it up. The hilt goes the other direction. Let's see, and it's pretty big. It's a huge sword. So you absolutely would see the hilt continue this way. There's, I'd say, like, another point at the end of that, too. Alright, cool. Let's see. Now, it goes... I'm gonna still keep this angle, I think. That's how you would hold it. Like, hilt goes that a ways most of the time. It just naturally lines up with your hand. I'm gonna go off this image, which is, like, ripped from the game. That's from Dark Souls 3, though. Yeah, it's also Dark Souls 3. Where's Dark Souls 1? I wanna make sure I'm looking at the right thing. Yeah, that's Dark Souls 1, but... It's one of those people, like, taking a picture of their character as a female character not wearing clothes, because that's how desperate they are. But this is all I got to work with. It's the only one from Dark Souls 1. Alright, the hilt kind of goes out pretty far. You know, actually, let's give it a little bit of extra hilt space so that it can come out like this. It's got the room to do it. And that's actually a little straighter. I don't know what that image... Once again, it's my... I'm telling you. Parents realizing they can, like, text all. This is a huge sword. And it's a huge help in the game, too. There we go. That's kind of what I was going for. I'm gonna thin it up a little bit. I think they do that to show as much detail as possible. Don't know why the character has to be female, though. See, that's what I mean. I get it. Yeah, you don't want the detail to get lost of the actual weapon you're trying to look at. But at the same time, I don't trust that's the reason. And you know why. It's people who are actually getting off to that, which is gross, but who knows, man? It's their thing. Alright, the sword's way fatter than this, but I'm just, like, getting it started here. It actually starts, like, here. This sword would break so fast, by the way. Like, in real life. That ain't the point. Ooh. Okay, cool. Ah, kind of covered up a lot of that detail, but that's just where the sword happens to be. That's fine. It would probably even go like here. Actually, I think it's longer than that. It's longer than this. Yeah, that's fine. Actually, that looks pretty good. If anything, it might go slightly right. Yeah, right. Good, 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 good. Okay, let's... Just because it looks ridiculously thin, let's make it a little bit wider. Okay, okay, okay. Yeah, cool. Oh, this is the Smash Brothers version. They did a stage clear. Interesting. Bum, 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 bum. Well, clearly I knew that. Kind of looking at Link to the Past Link. Just working my way this way. This would... Yeah, that's really how long that sword is. Also, we need to name and move on. Alright, yeah, good. Oh, they even have like a... It goes into the end title screen, or the roundup of the day. I'm saying this like I've listened to this, never listened to this before, but I got it for my video and grabbed like the first snap that I needed for whatever segment. What do I call this guy? Just Dark Souls, I guess. Chosen Undead. Really, it should have been Chosen Undead. Whatever. I know what it is. So, Link to the Past, Link. I intentionally drew him in his proportions in the game, even though his character art does not look like this. This guy right here. I'm gonna do that one. Let's see here. I'm not getting any good images here. Just trying to get a picture of his sprite, for crying out loud. I'm just gonna wing it. I know what he looks like. That's fine. Because I know he has the big shield. I think it's kind of rounded. Let's actually make a new layer first before I do something stupid and screw this up. So like I might scoot him a bit so he actually overlays there. Maybe. We'll choose that later. I really want to see what the shield looks like, get the shape right, because this doesn't look right. I feel like it was like rounded a bit, but flat on the top. It was huge. The end of game actually is the mirror shield. It's another one of those Link to the Past items that everyone thinks comes from Ocarina of Time. Let me see. Anyone gonna give me a shot of what Link looks like? Mirror shield. No, not just a picture of the freaking shield. Show a picture of Link holding the top. Okay, well, I'm glad I looked it up, because I was actually drawing the shape of the closest I've got, someone who did a perler art of this. Okay, so we'll have to work with this. So, Mirror Shield actually, like, goes up a little bit. This is, Garden of Hope, I think. There we go. Yeah, I don't want it too sharp. Also, the bottom of this one's a little more flat. But it's also wide. This is a really big shield. But we also kind of want to see his feet down there. Not sure if I like that. If I am going to play some Pikmin with you guys, it's probably going to be a playthrough of Pikmin 1. Just round the bottom out a little bit more than that, because it does, like, come to a, like, close of a point, but not quite as severe as I had it before. Okay, that I like. Probably gonna keep that other foot back there where it is. Which is gonna make the shield look like it has a point, but... yeah, let's... Alright, he should be a nice, quick, easy one. Don't even know what his pants look like or what that situation is. I think he's still got, like, the skirt-y tunic thing that he's wearing. I want this a little closer, though. Actually, I don't know. That's kind of good to extend it. He's still kind of cartoony. We are drawing really small, too, though. So it's kind of hard to keep it straight. Ah, that's too fat. Okay, okay, eh. Oh, I'm not loving that foot. Trying to get him even more cartoony looking. I'm intentionally drawing the Link to the Past one that looked like lost all of its depth. Why am I not liking this foot? Get too cartoony and it starts looking crappy. There we go. Gotta get like a heel in it. It's better. I'm not sure about that, like, awkward cockeyed shape for his sword, but, like, Link doesn't really hold it any other way. If he holds it up, he's just gonna be, like, blocking him, and... let me see what I can do. We can work on, that later. Let me try and get his face. His head would be, like, rather big with all the hair in the way. And his arm going that way. So we don't have to worry about it too much. Yeah, now I'm starting to lose him. I'm trying to make sure I don't do that. This area of Pikmin in particular, like, really sets up the crap that's gonna happen. This is... oh, this music. So relaxing. It's like you work so hard to hear this in the game. This is your end of day. Alright, this will be his hat. Something doesn't look right. Doing this without color, too, I can, like, kind of get away with doing, like, late-game Link without it looking weird. I may do, like, more stylized color later, but we'll see what it ends up being. Something looks really wrong with, like, that. Alright. See, like, this arm would not be here. It would, like... how am I gonna end up doing this? I want it to look like it's coming out of the foreground. First Pikmin has an interesting soundtrack. It does. It's an interesting game. Nah, let's cover some of that, actually. I was just not wanting to commit to it. Oh, this is the map screen. Alright, so if that is, like, the extent of his arm... you know what I mean? Like, that's as far as he can reach. And then his hand is just kind of like a ball on the sword. Now it's not so bad that I feel like it's sticking out that direction. Nintendo might attack this stream because I'm playing Nintendo music, but I'm sorry, I want to listen to something while I'm painting. Ah, got a little splash in my eye when that happened. Alright. Actually, what does... Well, I'm not gonna find any good images of what that's supposed to look like the gilded sword in that game. I think the, Master Sword in general was supposed to arch up. I think. It's... kind of hard to say, because it's been so long. I'm gonna try and, like, flatten it out here, too. Looks like the Picori blade. Wrong game. Still a Zelda game, but not the same Zelda game. There, making it clear that's just his hand. Alright, It probably was just straight, but I'm gonna have a little bit of an arc. Oof. Okay, where's my rotate tool? This thing. That is not behaving the way it's supposed to. So, I had a rotate tool on here before, so I could draw straight lines at these directions, but now I'm just gonna have to... Yuck. All of that, just yuck. Boo, says Jax. Ah! You know, just completely start that over. I changed my mind. I'm gonna have to weirdly, turn this in order to get the right angle. Isn't this the impact site? No, this is the Forest of Hope. It just sounds so much more pleasant than I remember, because bad stuff can happen as early as the Forest of Hope in that game. Like, you can absolutely get your butt handed to you early in Pikmin. Pikmin 1. Pikmin 1 is merciless. Though it's very fair when it teaches you in the beginning. It's a super safe place. Basically, nothing can really go wrong. You really only learn while you're there. Okay, okay. He's not bad. So now I can actually, mess around with the idea of moving him a bit. So that's Link. So if I were to scoop... Come on now. That's not terrible. See, I kind of want to just, touch. Just let them be, one picture. Okay, that's not bad. That's not bad. Let's leave him there. Just Control 0 for a moment. That's how small we're working. But actually, that's some headway. Right? That's some headway. There's one little thing on Link that looks a little funny. Right there. Let's see what it is. Whoa! No. This, please. I don't know why I say please and thank you to myself. Oh, too close. Alright, better. Better. Yeah, it's better. Whatever that was. I don't even know what that is. It's just the edge of his hair. Oh, God. Now you're talking stress. This is, the final area. What is it called? Final Trial. Oh. That, Emperor Bulblax will mess you up. That guy, yeah. You know, I might, for the sake of, I don't know, switch Mario Yoshi with Jack Frost. Just he works well with that size right there. Or Captain Olimar. I mean, I don't know. I'm almost positive I'm gonna resize a lot of these and make them bigger. We should move on to Snake. I want to name it layer, please. Snake. Hopefully their ordering will not matter. I just want them separate so I can actually scoot people around if I have to. Let me get a good image of Solid Snake. Clearly that sketch is really loose. What is this text I even have? Parents taking pictures of their food while they're out to dinner. Okay. Solid Snake MGS. What kind of shots am I going to grab from here? The original artwork. Am I going to go from renders? Why am I okay, there's a zoom in of his butt. That's nice, internet. Thank you. Okay, instead, I think I'm going to use the Smash Brothers render. Doesn't have a gun, though. The, Twin Snakes one does. I'll go from this for now, and I'll have to figure out what the rest of this is going to look like. Notably, I think one of his bandanas is a lot shorter than the other one. I'm going to have to, like, really study this one. This is going to be a tough one. Anything, like, human-shaped or realistic, your brain spends a lot more time analyzing to see if it's correct. The jawline. That doesn't quite fit his head. Is this the end of Pikmin? I think it is. I wonder if I should actually put like a nose silhouette in there instead. Yeah, there we go. You wouldn't see it from this angle. Alright, so headband. That already looks messed up. I am my worst enemy when it comes to drawing anything. Yeah, this guy's hair is usually a mess. So that should be okay. For the most part. But his head looks huge. I don't know, something's messed up there. Like, there wasn't enough substance to it. Like, now that's looking like crap. Hold on, fix that. It all kind of looks like crap. And remember, this is so small. I don't know why I'm being so meticulous with something that like no one's ever gonna see. Alright. Just gotta live with this after a while. I don't think his... Well, you wouldn't see this anyway. This is gonna get covered up, so I don't have to worry too much about the jaw being screwy. This picture I have is not gonna help me too much. I'm trying to get like a good shot of like what the anatomy would be like on the back of ooh, let's at least, yeah, get raised parts for where, you know, he would have stuff going over his back, but of course you're not gonna see that. Not till later. Oh, that was the end of Pikmin. What do I got next? I have Pikmin 2. I don't have too many on here for Pikmin 2. We'll switch from Pikmin. Pokemon Pinball, Pokemon TCG. Have you played that? Like, here, let me just play one of them. Here, like, here. Nah, not this one, this one. Game's good. Look at this music. Actually, ooh, the big boss music. It's a Pokemon trading card game. good. This game. Yeah! Pokemon trading card game. For the Game Boy Color. Probably should have mentioned that. I don't know what this huge bump is now that I just did that. I thought I was doing the rest of his arm. This is just his back contorting. You gotta admit, this music's psych. This stuff slaps. This is good. That's how the kids talk about these things, right? It slaps. I am physically abused by this music. He kind of was. The boss fights in that game were like no joke. There were fights against RNG. Alright, he's got a lot of like extra stuff hanging off of him too. Even though he goes into these missions with nothing. This arm likely wouldn't be up here. Okay, so the first one is actually starting from, like, here. The gun's much, much lower, and it should be, like, over here. I'm gonna start from here instead. I don't know about you, but I listen to Game Boy music just for no reason. It's good stuff. Pokemon music is never this good. Actually, who did the music in this game? I have no idea. It does not sound like Junichi Masuda. At all. Nothing against him. His music's usually really good, but that's the thing, usually. Oh, let's do the bandana before I forget. This is gonna be trial and error, getting like the right line. It's not terrible, but like, no. For one of them, sure. And for like the other one, just like. That's kind of what I was going for, like trying to get him to like point up towards the center. And now I gotta fatten the two of them. Alright, that's the end of that. So anyway, yeah, Pokemon, not pinball, TCG, if I got those mixed up at one point. This is what we were actually listening to. Really good. It is really good. It is surprisingly good. Let's try to like finish this up before I switch the music. Sorry, just wanted to make sure I got that shape correct in my head. In fact, now I'm looking at it and I don't think I got in there. There. Now, the fiber art isn't that detailed, but it should be detailed enough that you should be able to see all of this. Let's see here. What was I playing? Oh, sure. Why not? This just got remade. I hear it's really good. Super Mario RPG. Yeah, let's actually make one of these lower as well, because this is gonna like go up that way. I'm looking at it. It should get tighter in some spots, like as it flips over. That doesn't quite look right. This is all trial and error. Maybe just like sharpen that up. Maybe just make it thinner all around. It's a good game too. I think the problem is it's for something that looks like it's flowing in the wind. It needs to, you know, actually like look like it was. There, that's better. I know this was not done by Koji Kondo. This is Yoko Shimomura. I believe I'm reading the name correctly. She's great. And I think she came back to do the remake music as well, which is really cool. You don't see that happen often. For example, it was very unusual to see Kenji Yamamoto come back for Metroid Dread. Like, that guy's the Metroid music guy. So that was really cool to see. These look like tentacles and not like fabric. I need to make them get like super thin at some points, but the problem is I know if I do that too much, it's not going to get picked up by the... So like that kind of fixed that problem, but like over here, now it's got to be... But it's not going to get picked up, and I want to make sure that it does. That's better. But now I feel like there needs to be like a line in here. And obviously I have to type it. That may not show up at all. That's a little too small right there. Yeah, I may not see that. I'm gonna widen it a bit and try and clean it up a little bit better. Anyway, Mario RPG, really good game. What is this called? Happy Adventure? Delightful? Absolutely is. His nose would probably be here, so I guess there's no sense in doing that. There is some stuff wrapped around the arms. Oh, you're probably not going to see that anyway because I'm going to do the waist here, so wasting my time. The wrist is actually going to be kind of tough because it's going to be going up this direction. Problem is I kind of need to already see like a good silhouette of one of the guns in the game. Ideally like a silenced I'm just gonna see if I can find one with a silencer. SOCOM with a silencer. Yeah, that's really what I'm going for. And not of someone holding it, but at least there's a picture of what the actual weapon looks like. Because it's got this weird blocky front to it. I'm gonna start from like where the gun needs to be. Where his hands are gonna be, or it's gonna fall in later. So yeah, I'm happy I managed to finish a few different games this week. Stayed up way too late doing it, and I absolutely should not have done that, but a lot of fun. Finished, I played Pokemon Blue for the first time in I don't know how long. Okay, let's get it to go this way. This may be too close. I think it is, actually. That's a little bit better. I'll just work from here with the eraser, I think. Comes out about that far. Just kind of blocky in the front. I'm terrible at drawing weapons. I'm just gonna have to erase from here. Also, this is really small. And I already know that you're not gonna see most of it, but that's okay. I just want to make sure when you zoom back, you're like, oh, yeah, that's all Snake. Yep, that's all I need. Don't look further into it, please. Then we could have some issues with things not looking the way they're supposed to. His hand is obviously going to be in there, so... good music. That is totally not a straight line. Like, it's so wobbly. It'd be like that. Also, it is not straight from here. It needs to go in. Meaning that this actually needs to go up higher. Granted, the hand is probably going to be in the way, but... just so I can at least hide this stuff now. And then there's like a little divot in here. It's really hard to make anything like sharp and smooth at the same time when I'm working with pixels that are this far back. Alright, so hand would be like generally here. Obviously there'd be a finger in there. There. Here's your hand. See, that's all I gotta work with. Finger. Thumb would go around the other side so you wouldn't see it. Alright. Safe. I was gonna put a silencer on it for the sake of, how overpowered that is in that game. It's the thing, it's just like, more so me making an illustration based on my experience with video games. Alright, so the silencer is actually about the length of the weapon itself. Slightly less so, I think. Man, finding that thing in MGS1 is like a game changer, and I don't think I found it in my first playthrough that I did with you guys. I don't know how many times I've played the game since. Alright, now we'll sharpen it up. His head still seems really big to me. Visual's back. Welcome back. I'm working on Solid Snake right now. I assume they remade the music for this game. Also, who developed this on Switch? The new Mario RPG. Those might not show up. Actually, they look kind of weird now that I've accentuated them so much. Let's lower that. Snick. Ah, yeah, Solid Snick. Solid snack. Solid snack. Come on, YouTube, quit being weird. What's YouTube doing that's weird? Wondering where to put his other hand. Like, on the, original illustration, I had one hand up here. You can kind of see where it was, and it actually kind of makes sense if that's where it is on the SOCOM. But, for the sake of not screwing up the silhouette, said it's not really a two-handed weapon, but I think he does hold it up with two hands. If, like, you're backed up against a wall or something like that. Hit me with an ad, then close the stream. It's trying to tell you something. It's like, get out of here. Like, you don't want to listen to this. You don't want to listen to these video game jams. Well, you grind up your Elden Ring character. So if that's the one hand, I think I am actually gonna do this with like finger. Okay. I still want to actually see. Yeah, this is probably not gonna work the way I'm expecting. Because it would cover up so much of this gun here. Hopefully it's still clear if I do this. Because this arm would actually, like, go this direction. Nope, 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 nope. Actually draw like a wrist, you dummy. It's closer. Yeah, see, that's all gonna get completely concealed. So it really would be like here. It's like the elbow would like move up in here. Okay, see, that's why I was kind of expecting like the face is gonna go away after a while. I hope it's still clear that he's in there, but it's better than it was before, I think. The face still bothers me. His head was too big. Ah, back up! Way too close. What did I do? Yeah, that's necessary. His cheekbone would like this is ridiculous how like I got him to. Great. After all this time, now I'm like screwing this up. It's better. I'm getting really, really picky now because I knew when I got to Snake I was gonna be like, I'm not happy with the way he looks. Alright. He's got a lot of crap on his hips. YouTube wouldn't let me play audio. I had to reset it. The smiley helped. Yeah, I think it will actually help if we give him like a nice, good, happy face. Right there. Yeah, that's right. That's what I'm talking about. That's not even where his face would be, but like whatever. Okay, I'm gonna forget I did that. All right, fine, I'll get rid of it. Right, there you go. So I gotta make sure I actually cover up every spot. It's gonna mess up the fabric if I do something stupid like that and leave it in. All right, waist is actually like this direction. So what's actually on his back? Should be nothing. It really is just this huge pack on his buttocks, which does come off pretty far. What is this one? Mary Bell Rings. Hold on. Actually, that's on his other leg. I don't know if he has something on both sides. No, it's just on his right. So if it's on his right, it really should be over here. Unless they have, like, another weapon, like, slung over his back or something like that. We probably should do that. Let's just get the legs in place and then I'll figure that out. Alright, so let's just figure this part out first. Where the actual, like, hip would go. Then I'll figure out all the rest of the stuff I gotta put onto him. He's got, like, a huge knee pad and then giant boots, which we may not see. Looks like that's where it's gonna blend into nothing. It's about where that knee pad would start anyway. Alright. Time for that legendary butt. I just don't want this to look like a naked dude. Which it easily could. Not what we're going for today. Oh boy. I think they really should put like a weapon slung over the back. If we're doing the late game versions of these characters, they need to have their best stuff on. I wouldn't even see like his boots from this angle. Probably not. not stick out as much as it does. But he's got like a bunch of extra padding. Yes, phone. Heading home, says Mom. She's got to get that baby to bed. Member for 7 months. That means something. I forget what it means, but thank you. Colonel, I'm trying to sneak around, but the clap of my butt cheeks keeps alerting the guards. Yeah. David Hayter's a great guy. Oh my gosh. So I need to actually contact him. I think the make or break decision of whether Metal Gear is going to be the next video game experience series I do after Super Metroid is if I'm able to get David Hayter to voice the chapter intro and outros, as you have done for Super Metroid. I was actually just... What was I doing? I was reading up on something I was going to make, like... I was like, oh, that would be a great idea for me to put for our membership-only thing. And I completely forgot what it was, like, just days ago. I'm not getting enough sleep. And, yeah, there we go. But you have, like, a little icon now. And now you look really official. I don't even have one of those. I don't think I do. Here, let me check. I'm going to type in something really sophisticated. Frat. It's fart spelled wrong. Tarf. Dummy thick. I don't know why fart was the thing that had to pop in. Parents still sending in huge text messages. What the heck? Oh yeah, one of those boss fight themes. Man, Mario RPG is a good game. Truly is. It's one of the greats. Super Nintendo just, like, knocked it out of the park with RPGs. We don't get RPGs on that caliber anymore. This will probably not show up. So instead, I'm gonna have to make that white. It might have to be a little bit longer. See where his actual foot would be. Like, I don't think I have that in the right spot. I still don't think that's in the right spot. So, should I finish the protagonists? Oh, this looks terrible. That looks so bad. Like, he's wearing giant boots. This looks nothing like. Oh. Making it worse. Making it worse. Undo it. Ugh. Ugh. Oh, this is so terrible. Like, people's shoes just... Oh, God. I'm making it so bad. Just get rid of it. Just make it go away. I knew I wasn't gonna like, having a boot in here. Obviously, people's shoes come down this direction. But anyway, yeah, I would love to have David Hayter do some voicing for that. I would have to, like, obviously come up with the entire, script in terms of, like, what is going to happen in each chapter in advance. So I already know what I can ask him to actually say. And then I obviously can't go back on what he says, because, like, that's where the chapter starts and stops. Gotta get more of, like, a heel here. Get sharper. Okay. Bork. Yeah, I can never tell anymore when, like, people are just making fun of me. But I kind of brought that one upon myself. I was trying to type in fart really fast without even looking at the keyboard, and I couldn't even spell it right. Alright, so how bad does it look? I'm probably going to cover that up with Mario and Yoshi anyway, because they're really small down here, so... His head still looks big, like... And in a weird spot. Alright, so here's my thought. I'm gonna start, like, erasing from up here. Let's give him a bit of a haircut. Alright. Your head should actually be in here. That's probably why I'm thinking it's so bad looking. Closer. Alright, it's closer. And now finally farts. Farts. Okay, just farts. I had to look at it and I was like, oh. Turtle flurf. I still couldn't read it. None of this is gonna show up. This is too small, but whatever. I'll have a digital version, I guess. I'm spending way too much time and detail on things that you'll never see. Okay, not terrible. It's just not great. Back of the headset. Okay, it's better. It's better. Fine. It's not so frickin' huge. Furt. Okay, who's next? At least it's a starting point. I gotta go over them later with whites. And then I'll probably spend, like, a whole stream just, like, grabbing colors and, like, throwing them in the background of stuff. Jack Frost would actually round things out pretty well. Let's name this, Jack Frost. Assuming that's where I'm gonna want to put this character, whoever stands here. It's like, Mario is a good idea for that, and like, Jack Frost is perfectly fine in my head standing next to Shulk, and like, I can scoot them around, that's not a big deal. Yeah. Let's just do Jack Frost. I can always move him. Hee-ho! Should be a little easier. Little cartoon snowman. Dost thou want to build a snowman? Oh boy. Clover discovered Frozen this week. Had to watch my parents' dogs while they were taking a trip to the beach. I would love to have a vacation. Closest I had in years. Let me get that wrist in there. Not that one, just this. Closest I had in years was last year. I went to, well, their condo that they own in Florida. And that was when I had COVID. And I was sick inside the entire trip. And I didn't know I had COVID until I got back home, by the way. I was miserable. I couldn't go out, couldn't go anywhere. Oh, it was terrible. And then before that, I don't even remember the last time I had an actual vacation. So, yeah, I would really love a trip. Anyway, I was watching their dogs. I was trying to get to something. I get sidetracked really easy, especially when I'm not exactly, like, you know, having to pay attention to a video game or something like that, and I'm actually just talking to you guys. I still can't hold a conversation with myself. So I was trying to say I was watching their dog. Oh, yeah, Clover, she watched Frozen for the first time. And, you know, I picked on that movie when I first saw it. I was like, oh... Typical Disney, it's like nothing like the source material once again, and they like cutesied it up. But you know what? When the more I was thinking about it, after watching it, it was like the second time I've seen it, and I watched it in theaters when it came out. I'm like, you know what? It's actually better than I remember. Namely, like, in dispelling a bunch of like Disney tropes. You know, they're like, oh, of course the kiss of true love brings you back from the ice princess, whatever's curse. And then, like, oh, it's not even the dude who is just running in. Because I was picking on the game, like, of course, like, you're gonna make fun of her for, like, falling in love with some guy the minute she meets him, and then, get engaged that day. Like, you out of your mind? But that's a Disney thing. So it's like they were self-aware of Disney stuff. And then when time comes for, you know, true love's kiss or whatever, it's not the dude, and it's her sister. It's like, I don't know, it didn't occur to me till later when I was watching it. Like, that's actually really clever. I think I was too out of the film by that point. I'm an introvert through and through. Can't hold a conversation to save my life. Not even with myself, man. Can't even talk to myself. The voices in my head can't even keep everything straight. Yeah, I don't know if you can tell, but I'm very much an introvert as well. Introvert, that's the word. I can definitely speak. Oh, looks like that was the end of Mario RPG. So I'm doing original Jack Frost for anyone who actually knows their SMT. I have Shin Megami Tensei 5 music on here, which, wow, there's more of it than I thought. I mean, it's good, but, you know. Ooh, I don't think I've gotten to sit through and, like, give this more of a listen. Let's go for this. Some of the music's gonna be loud, some of it's gonna be quiet. Let me know if you want to raise or lower any of it. This is from Xenoblade Chronicles 3, the DLC Future Redeemed, which came out this year. Wow, is it good. Like, if you count DLC in Game of the Year conversations, which I don't know what you count DLC in anyway, you know, like, what would it actually be? Then, yeah, personally, this is my Game of the Year. But I don't count. I don't know if I count that. And then, assuming I don't, I think I would tell you it's, Pikmin 4. Best game of the year. Close second would be Sea of Stars. I just have too many problems with the game, unfortunately. I was so excited for that to come out. And it's still really good. Oh, so when I was saying, like, old Jack Frost, he has these little ball bearings. Yeah, that looks really messed up, trying to accentuate that. We'll draw, like, better silhouetting later when I get to the actual highlights and stuff. We're gonna do, like, the outstretched cartoon hands. This illustration's like a mix of everything. Okay, that's alright. Oh, yeah, I think old Jack... I don't know if I'm seeing this right. Old Jack Frost had a tail. I don't know how old... Like, if I really should put a freaking tail on him. There you go. Well, I'm gonna do it. He used to have a tail. I don't think he does anymore. Also, I want to put this back farther. That foot. Like, way back here. Yeah, like that's good. Big ol' cartoon foot, way back there. Actually, it's not even standing up enough. What I wanted. There you go. Big bulbousy round galoshes. Yeah, Future Redeemed is so great. Like, I was not expecting it to be that good. Holy crapola. Tying together, like, the stories since Saga. Absolutely didn't expect that. Let me try to... It's about as good as that's gonna get, I think. Before I can do, like, highlights and stuff, and then, of course, I'm gonna clean it up. Alright, there's Jack Frost. Where's Zoom? Alright, here we go. Borp! Bump, borp. YouTube says incoming ad, so get ready for some real bump borping. Oh, yeah, also I wanted them all to connect a bit, so I probably would scooch him here. Yeah. Yeah, there-ish, thereabouts. Control 0, by the way, on Photoshop does this. Just immediately takes you to the entire canvas. Okay, so I'm getting somewhere. Let's see. The back ones are gonna take a while. Those are really big and detailed, so I'll probably save that for another time. Let's do like some little characters in the front. Of the ones I was looking at down there, well, the Knight's an easy one. Let's do something easy. The Knight. Boops, boops. This is gonna take like a minute. But it's gonna get done. Alright, he has like a little bit of a shape to his crest on his head, but I'm probably not gonna get that to come across. His top of his head's pretty flat too. Burb. What else did I beat? Oh, so yeah, I also just beat Castlevania Aria of Sorrow. I've been chipping away at Castlevania games. I feel kind of bad that I did the Castlevania tier list with Zach. Now, he'd played far more than me at the time when we did it, but like, I've since beaten like 4 more Castlevania games, and I'm like, why did I do it when I did? This feels kind of stupid, you know. Hollow Knight's a good game. That's why it's on here, actually. Anyway, there you go. I don't put games on this tapestry that I'm going to be looking at for quite a long time if I didn't like already love the games. It's a little much. Let's get it to bend down. It also doesn't look good. It's okay. Yeah, give it like another bump. His legs aren't that long. So I'll just kind of like do that, I guess. Okay, I'll just erase to get that line that I want. You can see what I'm going for, though. Obviously, I put a sketch in there first, just to save a ton of time. I was drawing it this week when I was watching those dogs. I don't know if you'd actually see his like little arm sticking out. It'd probably just look like that. And then the actual like nail, which is not very long. There we go. That's probably gonna be as good as it'll get. Sharpen it a bit. Alright, now... Good enough. I mean, like, I'm gonna go in there with highlights eventually and do some, like... Well, that obviously looks terrible, but, like... Figuring out where I'm gonna put the eyes and stuff like that. But for now, the black needs to stay separate from everything else. Okay. You don't look bad. You don't look bad. Prince Sable is right here. We do that one. Figure out, like, I might get people a little closer together, too, when I'm, like, wrapping it up. The tougher characters. Like, these guys, I'm gonna have to, like, change their poses. I don't even really like them that much. You know what? Oh, you know who's easy? You know who's easy? Shuckle. I don't even think I looked at anything. I just, like, drew him in there really quick. No one in their right mind in this world would put a Shuckle on something like this, and here I go! His shell is a little more, I think it's up a little higher. Oh, I'm gonna make him a little rounder. And I did put sparkles in there, too. I will do that, like, when I'm finished. Not now, though. I want to actually see what I'm doing. Okay, and then, yes. it's got like one back here. And then one on top. There's my boy. Yes. Supremacy. It would be kind of wrong to not have any Pokemon on here since it's been like a large part of my life, but that's really all I'm gonna do. I'm not doing any more than that. That's already a lot, you know. All right, he gets sparkles though. Gosh darn it, because it's obviously a shiny Shuckle. Now that looks really messed up. All right, now I'm gonna try and yeah, sharpen them. Granted, it might just make some of this stuff like impossible to see. I have no idea. And the Rathalos. Yeah, I got a Rathalos in there. I'm not sure if I like his pose though. He might be a little more problematic. I was thinking of completely changing it. I just didn't want it to look too close to like an existing render, and unfortunately, like a render that exists is exactly what I wanted to have happen, so I changed it completely and kind of regret it. That's plenty for Shuckle, honestly. Though it looks weird only having two. Should be a third. I just don't want to cover up where the Pikmin are. Oh, that looks weird. Alright, just make a ball and then erase it. Yeah, Los will be fun, but doing villains will probably, I'm counting Los as one of those. Like, there was no other good way to put Monster Hunter in this, I think. Okay, okay. We're getting somewhere. I could do Olimar. Oh, you're not gonna see his face. Well, depending on how I do it. Because, you know, it's transparent. Like, do I just put, like, a giant... I should probably actually do his face and then, like, a line around it for the helmet. This is a remix from Xenoblade 1. Mario Yoshi. I'm feeling Mario Yoshi. I'll make him one layer. The Yosh. You know what? Turn off Jack Frost for a moment. I can't quite see. Yoshi had slightly different anatomy back then too, so I'm trying to kind of keep that. Alright, so now I don't need to mess with his nose, so Jack Frost can come back. But I also mess with him a little bit, put his spikes where they're supposed to be. That's one thing that always kind of bothered me when I was a kid. Yoshi's spikes being in the wrong spot, yes. And how, like, Charmander lost his spikes. Seriously, look it up. Like, Charmander used to have spikes on his back. He just does not have them anymore. Something looks a little weird about that one, though. Maybe it's too big. It's a little big. Better, though. Now, let me get a happy tummy shape. Yeah, let's look at that. He also had a really long body to adapt for Mario being on top of him. Then there was Gorochu. Yeah, Gorochu. I kind of wish, like, they did something with that. Like, you would think so. After all this time. Well, I think one of the reasons is, after you have made Pichu, Wouldn't that be, like, the first 4-stage evolution? If they actually kept Gorochu? So instead of going up further with Pikachu, they went backwards. Yeah, that is a little weird, actually. But yeah, that would kind of throw things off if they had like a 4-stage Pokemon evolution. It's kind of like breaking some unwritten rule. I don't know. I always thought that was like the rule. No one can evolve more than 3 times. But who knows? They just make up stuff all the time. I would not be shocked if they did something like that nowadays. New Pokemon's like... Also, it finally came out, all the Pokemon that were added in all the DLC for Pokemon Scarlet and Violet. And it is now confirmed that Shuckle is not in the game permanently, so... I have justification for not wanting to play it. Pichu probably wouldn't have been conceived if Gorochu stayed. Exactly, yeah, it's another thing. Like, we would never have had Pichu. But also, like, now that we have Pichu is another reason why I don't think they're gonna make Gorochu. Yeah. How close can I get here? It's about pushing it. Is that, Mario's foot? Yeah, it's his foot. Let's kind of move that over here. That's where his body's gonna be. Ah, who cares? Mostly looking at Yoshi here anyway. Mario's not gonna silhouette very well. Trying to get like a little bit of a stash. Nah, that's too detailed. Yeah, okay. I kind of figured some of that stuff was gonna get lost when I translated it from physical to digital, but it's not a big deal. Nope, hit the wrong button here. It's working out pretty well so far. Almost like he should have one of his arms up or something like that. Well, I'll add more to it later, I guess. Sharpen up Yoshi's foot here. Good enough. Actually... nitpicky now. There we go. Let's just try to get that cape to look a little better. Old Mario, big nose. Boycott Pokemon, no more Shuckles. No more Chuckles, cause I lack Shuckles. Olimar, I choose you. I'm just gonna say Olimar, even though I'm gonna put the Pikmin there too. Alright, let's figure out how I'm gonna do this. This is a tiny one. Like, if I go in one more time, ooh, that's as close as I can really get. I'm not making my brush any smaller so that, like, it helps me resist the urge of zooming in over and over and over again. Too anal with this stuff. Let's see. I wonder if he should be bigger. Can we make that a tag? No more Chuckles, because we have no Shuckles. Shape right. There we go. It's pretty good. I think I am going to keep this and then, like, illustrate the head on the inside. I lack Shuckles. Not buying your game, because there's no Shuckle in it. Not worth it. I can't even transfer him up into the game. Like, I don't understand. For how much money Pokemon makes, there should be no restrictions whatsoever. It just makes too much money. Alright. not bad. It's not great, but it's not bad. It'll work. Can we make that a tagline? Yes. Okay. Let's try to get, like... it's not bad. Sure. I gotta make sure that no lines are thicker than 2 pixels, and, like, right now, that's, like, close. And so, like, in any direction, it needs to be 2 pixels. So, like, the edge of this, that would get lost. This would show up. Like, this, honestly, in here, you might not see. It'll probably blend together, which is not the end of the world. I might want to shorten his arm here a bit, too. His arms are not that big. Yeah, that's, like, all it really needs to be. And then, like, even shorten this one a bit. I'm probably not gonna get this scared expression that I got on this blue one. I'm hoping you'll be able to see it still. Ah, that doesn't look right. Well, that doesn't look right either. Well, at this size, I don't know if I can do anything to fix this. That's better. It's better. Alright. So, blue. Oh, and this is the one he's chucking, by the way. Like, at Rathalos. I like crossing the streams a lot. Alright, let's try and get the Pikmin head shape down correctly. They're like a little bit of a teardrop, but upside down. And their bodies are quite small. I want them to be rearing back a little bit. There we go. I'm trying to actually make that a little more bulbous and not sharpen them too much, because like I said, I think it's not going to show up. This is reminding me of this conversation a couple friends of mine had about Louie and Pikmin. Louie? I think we actually made this. The episode of Hitbox about our favorite antagonists, or just antagonists in general. Louie is absolutely one of the best antagonists. Oh, because he's just like the inept worker. You know what I mean? Like just bad workers. Actually, Pikmin flowers only have 5 petals. I think. I'm gonna try and do this right. I think they only have 5 petals. Oh, I don't want to put the 5th one there and screw it up. Whatever, there. Just try to, like, angle this in so the 5th was over here somewhere. Okay, good enough. There that little guy is. One of them was crucifying him over screwing over his crew after eating all the rations. Oh, you're talking about Pikmin 3. Even went as far as how much of a detriment he was to their company. Pikmin 2 is so... Did you play Pikmin 2? What Louie does in Pikmin 2, this man... minor Pikmin 2 spoilers, it's a Pikmin 2, right? Okay, so can I talk about Louie? So, the whole reason that Pikmin 2 happens... Oh, shoot, too far. I'm gonna try and get yellow in here. The whole reason Pikmin 2 happens is because Olimar's company, Hockatate Freight, is bankrupt. And they are bankrupt as soon as he arrives back at his planet at the end of Pikmin 1. Okay? He just gets back. Sorry, I'm trying to focus on this at the same time. He just gets back, and his president's like, nope, we just got bankrupt. I had to sell your ship. And they pick up his ship and sell it. He drops a little piece of treasure he had as a souvenir for his son, and their machine takes it, and apparently it's worth a ton of money. And he immediately says Olimar and Louis have to go back. He sends Louis as his new recruit. Have to go back to the planet and bring back more treasure to make up the price that they're bankrupt for, to try and save the company. The thing is, though, they're bankrupt because Louis' first job... Something looks weird here. Better. Louis' first job, he was supposed to deliver a bunch of, like, space carrots or something like that, and he said on his first delivery he was attacked by a giant space bunny, and it ate all of his carrots. And, of course, Louis ate them. He's, like, an omnivore. The conversation clearly was getting funny, and it turned into a Phoenix Wright debate. One was Edgeworth defending Louis, the other was Phoenix persecuting. You mean prosecuting. Not the same thing. I know, I watched the whole debate unfold. Then, somehow became the judge in the court to debate this. Louis is a monster. Yes, the only defense you could say is, like, the people who raised him, I think it was his aunt and uncle, were awful. He's still a monster, and he tries to, like, kill everyone. Because on this alien planet, he's, like, actually got the means to do so. This is the ending credits, by the way. It's one of their best ones. I want this guy to look like he went sailing. That's too far of an arm. Here we go. Poor thing. There we go. Might sharpen this a little more here. Okay. Pikmin is such a great series. So I might move him around a little bit. You need to switch to this to do it. And then like Mario and Yoshi, we wanted to move them a bit too. Actually, he's at a pretty good spot. I just want Olimar to actually like touch him a bit. Actually, that's okay. Then Shuckle might want to scoot. I still want to be clear, those are like sparks coming off of him. Keep him here, he's good. They're close enough. Alright. We're getting somewhere. Yeah, Louis is a menace, but I was rolling at how the conversation turned into a huge Phoenix Wright meme. Yeah, Louis a demon. Like, the king of bugs? That whole incident? Like, let's do Sable. Prince Sable. Prince of Sable. His name is not Sable. It's the Prince of Sable. Crying out loud, I can do this. What? Oh, I hit undo. Whoa! Redo nudge. Why did I lose my... What's this button do? Control Z. Whoops. Redo nudge. Redo new layer. Redo name change. Okay. I was hitting undo on accident and I was trying to move. This is spacebar, right? Yeah. Alright. These three, I'm the most intimidated by. Like, Geralt shouldn't be too hard, but the others are gonna be tough. Let's do a nice, cozy, little cartoony character. This game is so wonderful. The frog from the bell tolls. Louis. I don't know how I feel about Pikmin 4's story, though. It's like the only aspect of the game that's just, like, kind of bad. Because it retcons so much of, the first. Everything. Like, I don't think... It might be able to work in the universe of Pikmin 3, but, like, it doesn't work in any of the others at all. Which... How did you screw up the Pikmin canon? Like, I don't know, man. It's just weird. Oh, this bit. This music is, like, so good. What's actually happening on screen? Oh, it's a relatively new game. I'm not going to spoil it for you. Play Xenoblade Chronicles 3 and Future Redeemed. Even better, if you've played Xenosaga, this moment in the end credits will, like, bring you to tears. It's outstanding. Not sure exactly what this guy's boot looks like. I'm gonna try and look it up. Oh, that's probably the last track that I had for this, too. Anyway, Xenoblade Chronicles Future Redeemed. Ooh! Yo! Let's do this. Why not? You know what game I love? We actually just drew some of it. This is from Yoshi's Island. Prince of Sable. Look at that! I look it up and it actually comes up. This game is so obscure. I bet it's Smash Brothers. Smash Brothers Spirits. Yep, Smash Brothers Wiki. That's actually from its wiki, okay. Ira knock knock. Ooh. Hold on. Hello!
Santa visited Amy's house?
Yeah? Are you coming in? Can everyone see you? Can you come here? I'm just drawing right now. It's okay. No game. Playing with your dinosaur? Why is your nose all red? Were you cold?
He just woke up.
You just woke up? It's 8!
She slept on the ride home.
Oh, you slept on the ride home. Yeah.
We saw some light on the way home.
You saw some Christmas lights on the ride home? Here, I'll pull it back for a minute so people can actually see what I was doing. Dad's making a picture with lots of characters on it that you know. There's Samus, and there's Link. See Link with his sword? And there's Mario and Yoshi, and Pikmin are on it too. And you know Dad's favorite Pokemon, Shuckle. What did Santa bring you? Is that a new Barbie? Is that a new Barbie? Did you give her a name? Your other Barbie's name is Jessie.
No, Jessie.
Oh, this is Jessie? This is Jessie? Or so you have new outfits? No?
That's not Jessie. That's a new Barbie from Santa.
This is a new one. You get to give her a name too. Yeah, I can tell you're a little tired playing with our dinosaur. Did you have a good time? Did you have fun? I bet you got to eat a cookie. Did you eat one of the cookies you made with Mom?
I was eating it.
Yeah, you were eating it.
I was eating a snowflake cookie.
You had a snowflake cookie. Was it good?
Yeah.
Yeah. What color was it? Uh-huh.
Only slightly tired.
Yeah, you're sleepy. Okay, here. Thank you for showing me, this new member.
Scissors, she wanted to cut her tiara off. It's tea-time gun to her head, so...
And you got a new, Pokemon tattoo, I see. Were you practicing on the potty seat?
We tried to go twice
Good
today.
job.
She had already lost a shoe, but then he found it, so she's gonna give it to me tomorrow. A Barbie shoe.
Oh, okay. How did you leave the house without a shoe?
Barbie shoe.
Okay.
We lost the Barbie shoe from being inside the house.
I see.
To the car.
I gotcha.
It's gone.
Oh, this is all I got so far. I'll just do the pro tags. Yeah. I know. Yeah, I've also been sitting here doing this all day. It's why I'm kind of like, whatever.
Walking is a good thing.
Yeah, walking would be a good idea. at one point in my day. Also, I want to see that baby, but... where were we on our... Ah, Yoshi! Yoshi! Hopefully it wasn't playing too loud there. Looks a little loud, actually. Surprised the Super Nintendo of all systems, it's got a loud. I'm gonna try and finish Prince of Sable, and we'll call it. This shouldn't take me too long. I see, he has big boots. That's what I was doing. Alright, try and get the boot looking okay. Alex skipping leg day, wags finger. You kind of saw video evidence of the fact that I couldn't have possibly, like, walked today. It's not terrible. Bum, bum, ba-dum, bum. Bum, bum, ba-dum, bum. Bum, bum, ba-dum, bum. Bum, bum, ba-dum, bum. Okay, so he's got like a... I guess his hand on his sword hilt is what I was drawing. Kind of has a distinguished hair tuft up here, so I'm gonna try and like make sure that's clear. I walk 8 hours a day. Ugh, yikes. Well, most people do such a thing. And then, you know, there's... Ooh. Well, I chase a toddler for a good amount of my days, sometimes. That's all you would really see out of this anyway. I'm gonna have to do more details later. Alright, that's the rest of his torso. Alright, so this would come out farther. Very baggy, arms. Alright, try and have him hold his sword back here. It's a very cartoony game, so... I think it's actually the only game on here I have only cleared once. I would love to go back and do it again, though. The night's kind of in the way. Let's, do that for now, so I can see what I'm doing. Even if it's making detail, nobody will see. Hi! Is that your penguin? He's flying? I'm not gonna tell her. Just don't tell her. Yeah? Is he flying? I'm gonna do, actually, hold on. The sword is kind of distinguished. It's like thin at the bottom, and then it, Yeah? He can flap his wings. I was kind of doing like a thing like this. Let's straighten it up. Dun 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 dun. Bum bum ba-dum bum. Bum bum ba-dum bum. Bum bum ba-dum bum. Yeah, it should be fatter than that. Everyone knows penguins can fly. Of course they can. Be quiet. Actually, there should be a sword scabbard going this way. Bye! She's super cute. I got very lucky with the best baby in the world. Alright, now the boots. That's what loads after that, so I'm, like, hearing that in my head. Let's kind of flatten out the front of the boot. Dun, 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 dun. Actually, I don't really like... It's fine, it's fine. Leave it the way it is. They should be a little more square, but for the sake of his proportions... There we go. They're the burbs of the sea. You are not wrong. I didn't know anything about the burb meme at all. Kim had to point that one out to me. I should sharpen this, actually. Look how that looks like it's not exactly, That's better. I mean, it's supposed to be silly looking, but it's not supposed to be that silly looking. He's got a really long cape, too, so how about I, like, kind of keep it billowing over here? Whoa! Hi! Dinosaurs! I'm being attacked by dinosaurs! You're not helping Daddy finish this sooner, are you? This should probably, like, assume the cape was in there a little bit. Is that Link up there? Not quite Link. This is another character who actually doesn't really have a name. But, you name him. If the game were localized, he'd probably have a name. Ah! There's a T-Rex and a Triceratops trying to eat me. Oh! How am I gonna get his other forms here? That's not scary? Okay. Whew, you're right. I was just being tickled by dinosaurs. Alright, let's try and get this over with. Try and get at my snakeage. For the most part, this sketch has it. These are really basic ones. It's just like a simple frog and a simple snake with the same type of head. I hope you guys have played these games. You can play them now for, like, the price of NSO online, assuming you already have it. They're so good. Really are. Some of my favorite games when I was younger. I'm gonna try and salvage that little spot there so we can still see through the snake. So it's more clear that he is a snake. Yeah, just like that. That's good. Kind of coils. In your brain. Whoa, man. Alright. The real question, do I separate the frog from them? Or, like, get him a little closer? So, like, if I do that for now, just to get them all like that, separated from each other, and then I'll move the whole thing in a minute. They were helping. I do worry that some of the best games I've ever played, like, people or younger generations are just gonna look at it like, there's no reason to play that. Like, it's outdated. Obviously, these new games must be better. Like, you wouldn't know, like, you don't know what you're not getting. Come back, dinosaur! Da-da. I don't know, like, some of the best things I've ever played are, like, at that generation, and I can go back to them and have a great time with them, too. Super Frog. Cool. Almost got my frog, man. I'm assuming his little, frog legs were quite small. Based on... Eek, that looks terrible. I'm assuming the feet are actually supposed to be a lot smaller than that. Is that actually what he's supposed to look like? Let me see the frog's legs. Oh, they're not, he don't even really have legs. He just has shoes. Yeah, it's closer to this. Like, they're just feet. Can I test I ever played the original Sonic the Hedgehog? Something so charming about playing that game, even though the first I played was Heroes. Sonic 1 was actually the first I played of that series. I didn't like it back then. I mean, like, that's a lot closer, I think. Yeah? I just didn't like the level design. In the first one, feels at odds with itself. Green Hill Zone, though, is perfect. Like, it gets it, because it's all about, like, maintaining momentum and trying to control acceleration. But, like, the other levels, like Marble Zone, ugh, there's a lot of them that just do not understand what to do with Sonic. But Sonic 2, like, consistently does a great job. There's no, like, waiting for platforms and very slow-moving segments, and ugh. Sonic 1 has a lot of ugh. Also, the bosses are kind of a little better than Sonic 2. Both games have kind of bad ring minigames, though. I will say that, though. Sonic 2 and the first one, just... The first one, though, is, like, epileptic seizure-inducing. Where you're trying to get the stupid Chaos Emeralds. But the second game... I played it single player, and Tails is such a freaking hindrance in those minigames. He got me... Ugh. I had to play it, like, with Rewind to even, like, get a chance to ever get Supersonic. This is the only time I've ever done it in Sonic 2. Because Tails is so annoying. I had to, like, move... Because he follows you with, like, a serious lag, and he keeps getting hit, losing all your rings. And you need to have enough rings before you get to the end, before you get the Chaos Emerald. Tails. Anyway. Pretty good. Actually, let me do that last thing I was going to do, which was, like, reorganize where I was going to place these. Because they might be a little closer. Oh, turn the night back on. Yeah, okay, so the night, now that I can see this, should actually be, like, maybe here. Ah, it's even kind of... It's like, I'm looking at these guys, like, I wonder if I should scoot even them together. There's nothing wrong raising them, right? I mean, how high is Shuckle on the other side? Much lower. Okay, so that is actually screwy. I want to make sure it's as level as possible. So here's a way to do it. Window, or it's guides or something. Rulers, where's rulers? I don't see it. I think if I go Control R, I'll get them. There we go. So, drag from here, you make little guidelines. That's like, okay, Shuckle should go up from what I'm seeing here. Like, that should be as low as we go. Let's move Shuckle a bit. That's not terrible. That's fine. I might even scoot this stupid Sporkles later. And yes, relying on Tails, too, was awful. Yes, it's the thing I've always argued about a lot of Sonic stages. Yeah, there's just a lot of waiting, you know? A lot of waiting. Which doesn't make sense in Sonic. Like, it was trying to showcase the processing power of the Sega Genesis, and it just did not do it. For, like, it showed it off in Green Hill Zone in the beginning, or, like, some stages do a great job, and then just doesn't happen for the rest of the game. Like, I don't know. Yeah, so Sonic is a high-speed course runner. You're supposed to reach the goal as fast as possible. Platforming broke the momentum so much. Yeah, it was supposed to be, like, trying to get enough speed, launching yourself up loops, and it feels like you get a rush from trying to zoom through it. It sucks when, like, you, bam, hit, like, a rock wall, and the game just grinds to a halt. Not even grinds, it just slams to a halt. So, according to what I had before, Sable should actually be, like, this low. That's not terrible, but, like, it looks like something's kind of missing. Okay, what if we actually, like... Just saying, like, what if, That looks looks kind of weird. But, like, it might make more sense. I'm gonna move the frog closer now. Remember, I moved him away so that we could draw him easier. Yeah, I'm on the sable layer. Daddy's almost done. Yeah, like here. I don't want them to cover each other up, though. Though they really probably should be that close. I don't know, is that too close? That's not bad. It's okay. I would like them to touch Link's foot, though. Or at least get, like, down here. You know what? If that's the case, what if he was, like, up here? Did he just, like, chop that piece out of... Oh, it did. Yeah, see, like, it grabbed that part out of his head. I'm gonna say, that doesn't look like what I drew. Okay, now it's actually touching Link. That's better. Let's keep that there. Now it's just the snake I want to scoot. This is the final boss music. I'll say right now, it's my favorite Mario boss music they've ever done. Just debating on the best spot for this. I don't want the cape and the tail to bleed together. Shoot, this is tough. I'm gonna keep it there, I think. Oh, it really should go, like, down here. What if it is, like, there? I mean, I can't separate them once they actually touch, though, so maybe not. Getting real finicky now. Probably should add a little something here. Let me see. Yeah, I don't know what, though. I can figure something out. Just a little something there. But at least, like, Hollow Knight looks a little bit better there, I think. A lot of the Sonic games before Unleashed kept using platforming segments, which again broke your fast momentum. You want to get going and not stop to wait for something. Yeah, like, the adventure games do a decent job of that, but, like, Sonic has always kind of stumbled with this. Like, none of them have... I still don't think we've ever had the perfect Sonic game. We don't talk about the... Something is covered by the emoji, and I'm not going to guess, because the first 3 letters are N-I-G. I'm assuming Night stages in Unleashed. I wonder what tiny little thing would go here that would look... One more series. Like, I said before I cut Shell from this. I don't have for, like, that tall of a character. Just something small to sit here. Like, if it was Portal, you know, I'm not gonna put, like, a Portal gun sitting there. It's just kind of weird. Nice. Yeah, a little too late, but anyway, we got it. So, okay, looks good. We got some work done. I haven't even hit save yet, so let's make sure that actually goes through. Oh, this is save as a PDF. Well, Photoshop PDF, but still, I should change that. I know, it's time for bed. Okay, well, I gotta say bye-bye to the people on the video. We're ending... Oh, it's playing the ending of Yoshi's Island anyway. Play Yoshi's Island. Play Pikmin. Play everything that I represented on here, because I love them. Except Pokemon. You can skip Pokemon. No, I actually am thinking... I actually replayed my Pokemon Red/Blue, so I have a good perspective of it for a review coming up. I'm thinking of actually doing Red and Blue soon. And it's a very different game than what we have today. Not just in terms of, like, of course, its mechanics, but, like, the world is very different. It's very harsh. There are, like, grueling trainers with whips. And, like, it's clear that they're, like, lion tamers. And making these monsters fight each other. It's about, like... It's a much darker experience. You take down the Mafia. Like, it's so wild. Like, what is that game? Personally, Alex, Sonic Frontiers feels like a new take on Sonic. When I say it's perfect, that I can't really answer. See, like, there's no... it's not there. And I've heard a lot of bad things about, Sonic Superstars, too. Like, that should have been, like, the Mario Wonder challenger. I love the game to pieces, though. Absolutely on my top 5. Sonics? I could see that. I haven't had a chance to play it yet, though. I'd like to. I would, but, you know, don't have time and money. That's a problem. Anyway, I am running out of time here. Thank you guys so much for joining me. It has been fun. I'm glad that if I sit down and just start wanting to make something for fun, I have some lovely company with a large group of, obviously, much more talented, attractive, wonderful, well-being people like yourselves. Thank you all so much for joining me. Remember to like the videos and subscribe for more. I will see you guys whenever I get back to do this some more again. Let me know if you want to see some more art streams. Just hang out and, you know, draw and do whatever. Chat, who cares? I'll see you guys then.